In today's video, we are going to go through the role of customs clearance and what is the whole point of having customs brokers. In addition to this, we will also discuss the 10 common challenges in customs clearance that customs brokers face and of course that carriers face respectively, and shippers alike. We will also touch base on the criteria for goods inspection. Okay? So in the first part here, the role of a customs broker is tenfold. One of the things that they do is they go through the facilitation of the customs clearance process. They do this by assisting with the preparation and submission of documents required for clearance of goods through customs. Number two, they also look at the classification of goods. They help to correctly classify goods under the harmonized system, which is the HS system, and they are sometimes referred to as HS codes. In addition to this, the reason we have these HS codes is so that we can help ensure that the accurate duty payments are completed by the importers of record and the buyers on whatever documents are presented for the import and export process. In addition to this, the duty and tax calculation can also be done by the customs broker. In this example, they do this by calculating and advising on the applicable duties and taxes for the imported goods. In addition to this, they also help with regulatory guidance. They help provide expert advice on local and international customs regulation and the compliance requirements. In addition to this, they also help with the liaison with the government agencies. With this, they act as an intermediary between the importers and exporters and the customs authorities for the countries involved. In addition to this, they also help record all the record keeping that goes on throughout the life cycle of an import and export job. So with this, they help with maintain necessary records and documentation required for customs compliance. In addition to this, they also help with problem resolution, and they do this by assisting in resolving any issues that arise during the customs clearance process. And as such, document discrepancies or inspection requirements that may arise is something that the customs broker can help navigate through. In addition to this, they also help with risk management. They help doing this by advising on risk management strategies related to customs and the import and export activities. In addition to this, they also help with streamlining the clearance process. They help by implementing efficient procedures to expedite the customs clearance process. And last but not least, customs brokers also help in staying informed on any changes that happen for any related import and export business stuff. Keeping up to date with changes in customs regulations and informing clients of relevant processes is something that customs brokers are very good at. There are, however, some common challenges when it comes to customs clearance. One of those is documentation error. When it comes to documentation error, inaccurate or incomplete paperwork can lead to delays, it can lead to frustrations, fines, and even seizure of goods. In addition to this, there's also something called the classification issues. Incorrectly classifying goods under the HS system can result in wrong duty assessments. In addition to this, there are also regulatory challenges. Keeping up with changes in customs regulation and trade agreements can be a challenging task. Delayed clearances sometimes can happen, and delays in the clearance process can disrupt supply chains and increase costs because of these delays. In addition to this, unsuspected duties and taxes can arise. Misunderstanding tariff codes and tax regulation can lead to unexpected costs for the importers on record and those in charge of paying for such duties, fines, and fees associated to such. In addition to this, compliance with local laws is another common challenge. Each country has a unique customs regulations and customs regulation compliance facilitating process, which can be complex to navigate for anybody. In addition to this, language and cultural barriers can arise as well. These can complicate communication and understanding of procedures, especially in international shipping. In addition to this, risk of goods inspection and delays can also occur. Random or targeted inspection can cause significant delays. Technology integration is another challenge. Difficulty in integrating with advanced custom software systems can hinder the clearance process. In addition to this, security concerns, of course. Ensuring cargo security and meeting anti-terrorism regulations is critical and sometimes very challenging depending on which country it is going to. Now, there is some criteria when it comes for goods inspection. It could very well be that there is a random selection that happens. Goods may be randomly chosen for inspection as part of a routine customs procedure. This happens in any one of the Canada to US border crossings and any one of the US to Mexico border crossings, and vice versa in both situations. This is not only true in Canada, US, and Mexico, this is across the board for the entire world. In addition to this, risk assessment is another part of the criteria for goods inspection. Customs may target goods based on a risk assessment considering factors like origin, destination, and even shipping history. In addition to this, document discrepancies is another big piece of the criteria process. And when it comes to this, inconsistencies or errors in documentation can trigger an inspection. Suspicious cargo is another criteria element. If the cargo appears suspicious in any way, such as an irregular packaging or labeling, it may be inspected. In addition to this, the history of non-compliance by a certain company or an importer or exporter. A history of non-compliance by the importer, exporter, or carrier can lead to increased issues. The types of goods is another piece of criteria for goods inspection. Certain types of goods that are more regulated, like food or chemical, for example, or electronics, in these situations, they are more likely to be inspected. The country of origin or destination is a piece of the criteria. Goods from or destined to countries considered high risk may be subjected to more frequent inspections. Information from other agencies even. Tips or information from law enforcement or other government agencies can prompt an inspection. The value of the goods is another piece of criteria. High value shipments may undergo inspection to verify the contents and the value is correct. And last but not least, random or targeted quotas. Okay, customs authorities may have quotas for random or targeted inspections that need to be met. So you could very well be in that target zone where they are about to meet a quota and they need to up the scale of the number of random inspections that they do at any certain border crossing. These are just some things that customs brokers deal with and some things involved in the clearance process. If you found this video helpful, educational, knowledge-worthy, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and spread out the information so that all of us can enjoy in understanding the entire process of customs clearance. It is a very complex process. There are a lot of things involved in making sure it goes as planned. And we as educators try to do our best to get that knowledge out there for you as a participating member of the supply chain, or maybe you're starting a career in the customs processing field. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and we will catch you on the next video. Thank you so much.